Is that the same at your meetings also? That the women who come there, it's for them, it's already clear, but they just come and get a taste of it again and then leave and don't start. Or are women as mental about this as men? That's my question, I guess.
There is a difference in form. In a way, men are much more vulnerable and much more suddenly they fall. And women are as if much more emotionally open, but this is also a kind of strategy to stop getting to the fallback position, that position of emptiness. We have a very strong focus on dissolving that duality between male and female. You know, a flower is both. You know, and we are both. And so what's actually tends to be happening is that the women are allowing their male side, and the men are allowing their female side. And out of this allowance, there's a position taken behind that core duality of male and female, and that's where stillness is, and a lot of freedom. Yeah.
You speak a lot about stillness. Was Eckhart Tolle one of your main teachers, or how did it come about for you? What was the great search? Was there one particular guru, or was it just life itself?
Well, my first memory is an experience of awakening. So that's a bit strange, you know. Like, you know, I was 2 years old in bed, and been put there by my mother in the middle of the daytime to sleep. And I'm lying there looking at this little body and thinking how strange it is that these little legs have grown a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just learning to talk. And I was thinking about guitars. It's the age of the guitar, you know, the 60s, late 60s. And I started saying the word, I must have just learned the word. I started saying the word guitar, 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 until it had absolutely no connection to the object.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the syllables. And this was like curious, you know, like. And so I took my name, Georgie. I started saying my name, Georgie, 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 Georgie. And then suddenly I wasn't Georgie. And so who was I? And there was this kind of consciousness. This is how awakening tends to move. You become conscious that you're not this, and then you say, "What are you?" And so you become conscious of consciousness, and it jumps like this, into this expansion, which is a kind of reset and a feeling of homecoming. So in a way, for me, language is very, very important. And I'm a writer, but this is all because that connection between word and the thing it signifies was broken. It never really got formed that strongly. It's what made me a poet as well. You know, it's just temporary naming.
Yeah.
So a lot of identity never got built. And out of that, I chose a kind of life, and also had a kind of karma in my childhood where it was constantly disrupted. And an easiness in moving through different forms, different identities. I converted to Judaism. I changed my country. And back again. And it's so that's the awakening. But although I can go into that, and then this I really recognize in the power of the now, and it's such an affirmation to read it. But still, I couldn't live like that all the time. There's moments of awakening and then gone again into this, into the sea of entanglement, feeling entanglement. Stuff's happening, grief and this and that, and longing and sadness and all the feelings. They kind of take you out of consciousness. And so there I kind of began to live a life, but I wasn't done yet. Awakening wasn't enough. I could always, like a bubble, be open to universal genius, the whole works, no problem, you know, go to Oxford, the whole quickness of mind was available, and the consciousness, and be in the now, and all of this, but that wasn't enough, because here there was such a pull of wanting to love and be loved, and to feel stuff, and of course, life happens, so it gets more and more contracted, because I wasn't here in the area of feeling awareness. So at a certain stage, I had a nervous breakdown and anxiety attacks and panic attacks. I was working as an investigative journalist, and it gave up the system because it wasn't supported. And that's a kind of dark night of watching the apocalypse of the ego break down, and then feeling the pain which has been waiting to be felt.
Yeah.
And, experiencing a kind of rebirth
And
of
what-
itself out of that emptiness. Yeah.
The lotus flower who rose from the mud. Was it a long process, or that's what I sometimes think? How long have to feel this pain? Is it, if someone could tell me, well, that's for let's say you carry a child for